Hello and welcome to Crystal Communications. My name is JD and this is my channel on YouTube where I do card readings, talk about crystal healing and just whatever, comes to mind. And at the moment I'm just packing up cards because I just did the love reading for Capricorn. And you know what, it comes up so often, we all go through these, relationship issues and life issues, and tarot is so wonderful because it helps us to, see the energy, in pictures in front of us and we sort of see where we are in a story, and it can bring great healing, which is why I really love tarot. Plus I love, just the channel messages that come through, and, it can be really powerful and healing, and I wanted to share, I've been studying choice theory at the moment, which is by William Glasser, and I wanted to share some of that information that's coming through. I'm feeling very inspired right now, by the way, which is why I'm just like looking out into the distance while I pack up my cards. I'm feeling really inspired because I just feel like I wish that I knew this information so many years ago. Like, that would have been great. So one of the tools that has really helped me that I wanted to share with you guys, because I feel like it's really transformed my life. And you know what, guys, I'm probably going to share information with you about this, like, just as I feel like it. I literally just saw a bunny rabbit, like, not for real, but spiritually. This is how I'm going to be delivering it. Like, half oracle, half, like, Dr. Jade. Let's see. So one of the first parts that I found really useful is that we each have 5 basic needs. So those 5 basic needs, every human has them, and when they're not being met, we act up to try and get them to be met because we consciously understand that there's something that we're lacking or missing, and so we do what we can, and it's often not to our benefit to get what we want, what's missing. And when we do it from an unconscious level, then, we can sometimes create worse situations for ourselves. And I definitely see this, in my past, looking back, in my own life. So let me tell you what those 5 basic needs are, and you can go through them, and maybe like assess, where you're at this current time. And I do feel like it changes, constantly, maybe even on the daily. That's really nice to check in with from time to time. So darlings, those 5 basic needs are first and, primarily safety and security. You need, it's basically, so basic security. So that's one whole section to itself. It just means food, drink, shelter, and safety, and if we don't have that, which many of us have had times in our life when we haven't had that, and it is unsettling and it is traumatic and it is terrible. There's many people going through that, on a constant daily basis. Some of us have experienced for a short time, some of us have lived with it, so in those times they cause great stress. And basically, if it becomes in question, like, I have nowhere to live or I got no food to eat, it is traumatic. And so that's really the first thing, and it's sorting that out, and the other things become what we can create after that, or what we can focus on after that, because that's sort of like that main base, that foundational base that we need. One of those 5 basic needs. So if you have food and shelter, it's such a blessing. And let's go to the other 4 basic needs. They are power. Power that comes from within, not power of controlling another. For one of the other things that I'll probably talk about in another video, we cannot control anyone else. We simply can't. It is power that comes from our inner strength. So, willpower, or, connecting with our skills, or using our authentic voice, or, what is power for you? That is the next question, because each of these basic needs are going to look different for everyone. For one person, power looks like, standing on stage, belting out #1 rock hit, okay? And for another person, power is like creating a garden landscape that, they know every tree, and every flower that's in that garden. for every person, it's different. However, the basic need of power is the same. So you can write these down. So maybe you want to get a piece of paper and put like the first thing, which is, safety and security. The next one, power. And then you can take some time and be like, what is power for me? Do I feel like I'm lacking power in my life? What could give me more power? The third thing, sweethearts, is freedom. You gotta feel free. You gotta feel like you can be you. You gotta feel like, you have, it's very nice to have different, and again, freedom looks different for everyone. For some people, freedom needs to be, you need to be able to get up and go whenever you please. Like, that is what you need for freedom. For other people, it's like 20 minutes after dinner to myself when the kids are in bed is perfect freedom. What is freedom for you? What does it look like, feel like? Yeah. So we've got safety and security, we've got power, we've got freedom. The next one is love and belonging. Love and belonging. When we don't have any of these things, we act out to try and get the thing that we want. Love and belonging, is feeling connected, feeling like you're part of a community, feeling like you can express your love and that it's being received. What does love and belonging look and feel like to you? Does it look like time with your pets? Time with your boyfriend? Time with your wife? What does love and belonging feel like to you? Does it feel like, being part of an online community or, your family, being connected with them, phone calls, throughout the day? Or, does it look like a letter once a month? What does love and belonging feel like to you? And how important is it to you? What scale, of these basic needs is it? Is it your number one need? Or, does power come first for you? It's different for all of us. And often we can see that whatever we mostly, is important to us, and there's no judgment and there's no right or wrong. It's simply, based on probably upbringing, birth charts, energy, soul path, on so many reasons. Whatever it is for you, you can also look back and see how decisions have been made based on the influence of these 5 basic needs. Like, I made that decision because love and belonging is really important to me, and I wasn't, my love wasn't being received in that situation. So, I felt this, I felt like, I had a strong foundation, but love and belonging is really important to me. So, that's why I made that decision. Or maybe you moved into a new job because power is really important to you, and this meant that you could, be a leader, and it meant that you were leaving like those that were really close that you love, but at this time in your life, power was something that you were really, experiencing and that was important to you. There's really no right and wrong. So we've got, what are they? Let's see. Safety and security. We got power. We got freedom. We got love and belonging. And we have fun. Yeah. You gotta have fun. Fun is also one of the basic needs of being a human being. And fun, again, looks different for everyone. Fun could look like singing in a church. Fun could look like getting down in the club. Fun could look like gardening. Fun could look like taking photographs. Fun could look like dressing up and being like, come on, I'm a model today. Fun could look like, getting your nails done. Fun could look like reading tarot. Fun could look like learning, about ancient civilizations. Fun could look like hanging out with your pets. What does fun look like to you? Generally, fun is about us learning information and sharing that information. So fun is about receiving something and then putting it out there. It might be like, how do I dance? This is how I dance, and this is fun. Or how do I, whatever it is, you're learning it and then you're sharing that information. So you can think of fun in that respect. It's interesting how sometimes we connect fun, and I'm just thinking of this as an afterthought in my own life, how sometimes I've connected fun to situations that were in fact maybe addictive or unhealthy, which is sort of interesting, because if the fun doesn't conduce fun after the fact, it's not really fun. It might be fun for the moment, but you've got to look at the experience in totality. You can't just go, yeah, well, it was fun for the first 3 hours and then I was really sick like a whole day after that. You know what I mean? It's when we have to take a little bit of responsibility and weed out like what is good, healthy fun and what is maybe, could be altered a little bit to bring in more healthy fun. I'm Aussie, you guys know where I'm headed with this. So, okay, let's go through them. Safety and security, the power, that inner power, that sense of freedom. What does that look like to you? That sense of love and belonging, how does that look like and feel like to you? And fun, how does that show up in your life? And do you make enough time for fun? Where do you feel like there's an area that could use more attention? Because I tell you what, if you feel like you are lacking one of these things, it's like we lash out and we try and make the things happen. And sometimes we do it, we go out of who we really are. We step outside of our own integrity to try and get the things, or we step outside of our true personality to try and get the things because it's lacking. There's like a scale and it's out of balance, and we're like, I need that fun in my life, or we're like, I need that sense of freedom, or whatever it is, So what's really helpful and healing with what I've been learning in this, and it just makes so much sense, is just like having a time for an overview and being like, okay, in these situations, where do I feel like, the scales sort of lowered a little, that I could maybe, top up the level of fun right now? And how could I do that? And by doing that, we can find so much more balance and so much more clarity in our lives. And it's so wonderful. So that is just one of the tools and one of the main basic tools of choice theory that I've been learning by Dr. William Glasher, that I wanted to share with you guys, just because it comes up in all the readings, and you can sort of see like in so many relationships where it's like there was like a power struggle, or there was some not enough fun being had, or there was love and belonging, different values, different core beliefs, and it shows up in our relationships, in our lives, in our job, in our work, in our passion, in our purpose. So I just think that it can really help so many of us, like everyone in the world, if we just sort of look at everything, yeah. So I wanted to share that with you guys. I hope that it helps in some way. Leave in the comments, if you found this helpful. And I look forward to sharing more information with you about these studies to do with choice theory, because it's just been so wonderful. It really has been very enlightening and just amazing. I'm so grateful for these studies, and it's an honor to share them with you. So bless you all, and I'll see you on Sunday for your highest timeline reading here on Crystal Communications. Ciao for now.